Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let us learn certification questions or knowledge recap on overall IAM service till now what we have learned. So, by using which service in AWS? By using which service in AWS? By using which service in AWS can provide high security to your account? Can provide high security to your account. So by using which service can you provide high security to your account? By using IAM. So let's move on with another question. There are two types of user logins. There are two types of user logins possible, right? Yeah, there are two types of user logins possible for console access, right? Yeah. What are the two types? What are the two types? There are two types of console access possible. What are the two types of users? What are the two types of users? There are two types of console access possible for users. What are the two types? First one is by using root account. By using root account, root user will log in, and by using IAM account, IAM user can log in, right? Yeah, let's move on with another question. Among root and IAM user, among root and IAM user, which has limited permissions? Which user has limited permissions? I hope you answered this. That is IAM user. IAM user has limited permissions. Let's have another question. So among root and IAM user, who has full permissions? What? Full permissions. Who have the full permissions? So I hope you have answered this question as well. Root user has full permissions. Who have full permissions? Root user. So if anybody asks you in interview or else in certification, then this will be your answer. What do we call these permissions in AWS? What do we call these permissions in AWS? We call these permissions in AWS as IAM policies. What? IAM policies. Okay, let's have another question. One IAM user can have multiple policies. One IAM user can have multiple policies. Yes, one IAM user can have multiple policies. So by using IAM user, can you able to control the access of all resources in your account? By using IAM service, can you able to control? By using IAM service, can you able to control the access of all resources, or else you can say services in your account? The answer for this is yes. You can able to control all the users access to your resources in your account by using IAM. Okay, with IAM user, can you log into EC2 instance? This is the most famous certification question. With IAM user, can you log in to EC2 instance? So in detail with IAM user credentials. Can you log in? Can you access? Can you access the EC2 instance? The answer for this is no, we cannot access EC2 instance. How do we can access? By using key. By using key pair, we can able to access EC2 instance. So while explaining about EC2, I'll gonna provide you much more detailed explanation on how to create, and even I provide you the lab of it so that it will be very clear to you there. So now let us move on with another question. With IAM user, can you log into console? With IAM user credentials, can you log into console? The answer for this is yes, you can able to log into console by using IAM credentials, that is username and password. Okay, let's move on with another question. With IAM user, with with IAM user with policies, with IAM user with policies, can you access S3 or EC2 in console? In console, can you access EC2 or S3? With the IAM user can have the policy. We can access, right? Yes, we can able to access any service in AWS where I can have permission. Where I can have permission, that service I can able to access in AWS. Now let's move on with another question. Is it recommended? Is it recommended to share? Is it recommended to share your root account details to other? Is it recommended to share your root account details to other? The answer is no, it is not recommended to share your root account details to other. If your friend asks you, if your friend asks you, if your friend asks you, he need to access, he need to access to AWS account. He need access to AWS account. Then how? Then how can you provide him? Then what do you provide him? What do you provide him? Let's say you have a friend where he's asking you AWS console access. He need to access the AWS console. Then what you need to provide to him? You need to provide him an IAM user. You need to provide him an IAM user with policy. Which policy you need to provide based on the need? That policy you have to attach and provide it to your friend so that your friend can able to use that particular service and he will be fulfill his need. Now let's have another important question. Is it recommended to use root account? Is it recommended to use root account for daily activity? Is it recommended to use root account for daily activity? No, it is not recommended to use root account for daily activity. So let's move on with another question. If you want to secure your account, If you want to secure your account, then what should you do? To secure your AWS account, then what do? You just want to create an MFA to protect your account from unauthorized access. You just want to create an MFA. What is MFA full form, sir? What is MFA full form? MFA stands for multi-factor authentication. What does MFA stands for? Multi-factor authentication. So let's move on with another question. Provide some examples of MFA. Sir, can you provide some examples of MFA? Yeah, of course. We have Google Authenticator. We have Microsoft Authenticator. We have Google Authenticator and we have Microsoft Authenticator. For this, for our current training, we're gonna see Google Authenticator. It is free for us to use. So let's move on with another question. Is it recommended to create MFA for root account only or IAM account also? Is it recommended to create MFA for root account only or for IAM account also? It is recommended to create MFA for both. It is recommended to create MFA for both accounts. To provide security to both accounts, MFA is recommended for creating for both the accounts. Even AWS will recommend you to create MFA. So if you have MFA, is it possible to hack your account? If you have MFA, is it possible to hack your account? No, right? It is not possible to crack the OTP or password, the validation part, within few seconds. For even hackers, it is very difficult for them to hack that within few seconds. So without having MFA, is your account is secure? Without having MFA, is your account is secure? The answer for this is no. Your account is not secure without having MFA. So let's move on with another question. There are two ways possible to access AWS, right? What are those two ways? What are two ways that are possible to access AWS? So what are the two ways that are possible to access your AWS? That is console. By console, you can able to access the AWS, and via programmatically. Programmatically, we can able to access the AWS. So let's have another question. So how do you log into console, sir? How do you log in? How do you log into console? To log into console, we have a website. We have a website that is AWS Management Console website. In that website, you can able to use either root account to log in or else by using IAM account, by using IAM user or else by using root user. You can able to log in. Let's say if you log in by using root user, then what are the things that you need to provide? What are the credentials that you need to provide? Email and password that you need to provide. Let's say you log in with IAM user, then what are the things that you need to provide? You need to provide username and password. These are the two things that you need to provide when you log in with IAM user. Okay. How do you log into programmatic access? How do you log into programmatic access? How do you log into programmatic access, sir? By using either by using CLI, AWS CLI, or by using AWS SDK. By using AWS CLI or by using AWS SDK, you can able to log in. By using what? By using keys, you can able to log in. So what are the keys that we need to have to log into this AWS? We need to have the access key, and we need to have the secret key. We need to have the access key and we need to have the secret key to log into this programmatic access. So if you want to access programmatically your AWS, then you need to go for either CLI or SDK, and in that you need to provide your access key and secret key to log into that. That means to access to that, you need to provide the authentication by using this access key and secret key. Let's move on with another question. Are the keys unique for every IAM user? Are the programmatic keys, programmatic keys, programmatic access keys unique for every user in particular? Are they unique for every IAM user? The answer is yes. They are unique for every IAM user. Okay. Do we can able to create MFA for these keys? Do we can able to create MFA for these keys? That means these programmatic keys, can I able to create MFA for this? So let me paste this here. For these programmatic access keys, can I able to create MFA for them? No, it is not possible, right? It is not possible to create MFA for them. So now let's move on with another question. So when do we recommend to create these keys? When do we recommend to create these programmatic access keys? When do we recommend to create these programmatic access keys? Whenever there is a need, then only you need to create. Whenever the person needs programmatic access, then only you need to create this programmatic access. Otherwise, you don't need to create, right? Yes. Is it recommended to create these programmatic keys to root user? Is it recommended to create these programmatic keys to root user? The answer for this is strictly no. You do not create these keys to root user, because to provide high security, it is recommended to not to create these keys for whom? For root user. So now let's have another question. At max, at max, how many programmatic access keys can we able to create for a IAM user? At max, how many keys can I able to create for a IAM user? Only two only. So this is certification question. In certification or interview, if they ask you at max how many keys can I able to create at max how many keys that can I able to create for a single user, for a single IAM user? Then what is your answer? Your answer must be 2, right? Yeah. So let's move on with another question. Can we delete the existing keys? Can we delete the existing keys? The answer for this is yes, we can able to delete the existing keys. Yeah. Now let's move on with another question, that is 29. How many times can I able to create these keys for user? How many can I say like this? Is there any limit? Is there any limit for number of times we can create these programmatic keys for user? The answer for this is no, there is no limit. There is no limit for creating these keys for a particular user. But the only limit is for a IAM user, for a single IAM user can only maintain 2 keys, 2 keys only, right? Yeah, a single user can only maintain 2 keys only. Let's say if I delete and create a key, if I delete and create a key, if I delete and create a keys, if I delete and create keys for IAM user, for a IAM user, if I delete and create keys for IAM user, do I get the same old keys or new keys? Do I get the same old keys or new keys? Is the question. So what do you get? You get new keys. You get new keys. So I hope those who watched the previous videos of this IAM can able to answer all these questions. So till here you completed the theory part and you completed the certification questions and knowledge recap on this IAM service. And what are the possible interview questions on this IAM service? So if you can able to answer these questions, then you can able to answer in interview or else in certification based on the questions which are possible on this IAM service. So I hope you answered all these questions. If you unable to answer, then that indicates you need to learn a bit more. That means you need to watch again the previous videos. If still anybody confused at any point, then please again go back and watch the previous videos so that you can become better at conceptual level, so that you can able to execute at future labs. So thanks for watching. I hope this video is contentful to you, and this video covers you mainly possible top 30 questions on IAM service. So thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. I hope this video is useful to you. So thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video with another useful topic and content. Until then, bye bye. Thanks for watching again.